the heart of the forge where the embers glow. Emperor searches high and low for the steel that sings like a blade of fire. He'll face the dark and never tire. The cost, the weight he bears through endless nights and battle stares. Each strike of the hammer, each swing of the blade. The journey is long, but he's unafraid. Through the ash and smoke, the flames grow higher. He won't back down and forge his desire. Steel in his heart and fire in his eyes. He'll rise above, he'll touch the sky. Steel in the fire, forged in the night. A hero's path, a warrior's fight. He'll seek the power in the iron's call. Through the flames he'll conquer all. For every battle, for every test, he'll find the strength, he'll give his best. With the heat of the forge and the clash of steel, he'll shape his fate, he'll make it real. Echoes of war, the cries in the air. He's forged in the struggle, he's learned to dare. In the shadows of mountains, the caverns deep, he hunts for the ore that never sleeps. The stars above and the earth below guide him onward as the embers glow. With every blow, with every flame, he carves his legend and earns his name. Through the ash and smoke, the flames grow higher. He won't back down and forge his desire. Steel in his heart and fire in his eyes. He'll rise above, he'll touch the sky. Steel in the fire, forged in the night. A hero's path, a warrior's fight. He'll seek the power in the iron's call. Through the flames he'll conquer all. For every battle, for every test, he'll find the strength, he'll give his best. With the heat of the forge and the clash of steel, he'll shape his fate, he'll make it real. Roar, he feels the burn with each molten strike. The lessons he's learned, he's tempered by flame, unbroken by fear. The echoes of courage are all he hears. The anvil rings with a warrior's song. He's fought the weak, he's battled the strong. Through the darkness he's found his way. The steel of a hero born from the fray. Steel in the fire, forged in the night. A hero's path.
Hello, and welcome to another podcast of Pax Dei, the Search for Steel, where we look to follow the adventures of Ampere and do some really cool discussions, have some really cool discussions along the way. As you can see, I'm up the top floor of my house. I'm going to continue to build this, hopefully adding to its luster. Today, though, we have a few different topics that we wanted to go over. First is this marketplace. This marketplace I have done no research on. I just got the edition yesterday. I spoke about it a little bit. I showed you the marketplace. But for the most part, I didn't tell you anything about how to get gold or anything. I still don't know. But what we're going to do today is we're going to challenge some Justicars. And in challenging those Justicars, I'm hoping we get gold from them because I don't know how to get gold just yet, nor do I have an ability to make it the gold coin. So more than likely you get it by defeating NPCs initially in PvE combat. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some arrows, because we're going to need plenty of arrows. There we go. And I will bring along this many arrows. So that's 206 arrows. That should do me. Let me go get some of the good food, so I have a fresh stock of food. Oof. Okay. Might have to make some food. I don't think I might have to go get some. I feel woefully unprepared here. That's okay, though. Interesting. I'm looking for blackberry syrup, and I know I have some around here somewhere. Oh, I got I only get 4 of those, so I don't think I have enough for an actual dish. That's alright. We will figure this out together. I don't have any blackberry, though. Yeah, blackberry. Oh, that's because... There we go. Now I can add to it. There it is. And raisins. Thought I had some raisins. Also need the venison, sausage, and links. Where do I have those puppies? No, I don't have any. I swore I made some. That's alright. I know I get grapes somewhere around here. There's some grapes. Oh, here, there. I thought I had some. There we go. Alright, so let's go get some armor on, because we're going to take on the Justicars from the stone region, because they're pretty close to me. So we're going to get some really good armor on. I am looking for all the 2s. I thought I had the 2s in there. Let's see, I need that. Oh, that is not a 3-er. That is a 3-er. That's 2. 11, 11, 15, 15, 15. I don't need those. Or 19s. 14s and 17s. Okay, I think I got everything. I'll bring a great sword just in case. Ah, that one. Definitely that one. And I think that's all of it. So let's start putting some of these on. Let's see. There we go. And then I can just put that back in here. There we go. Okay. So my bow should be fine. Let's see if I can repair. Yeah, I can repair those. And I don't think I need to repair any armor. Oh, okay. I'll do that. Alright, let's go find some bad guys to kill. And let's see if anybody's around. Nope, nobody's around. So I'm choosing to armor up today. I don't really need to, honestly. That's alright. We'll armor up today. And I'll take less damage, honestly. So let's go through this barrier. This border barrier. And we'll see if we can get some gold. Now, as we go through this, we'll talk about the market once we get gold. But as we're doing that, let's discuss a little bit tonight about societies as a whole, humans, and how we evolved into monetary systems. In particular, the trade of a precious metal or a fiat currency in lieu of barter systems. At the beginning, of course, there were barter systems. And the barter systems were good enough for the economies, the small economies that were evolving at the time. Ultimately, what we're looking at in the evolution of worth of tangible assets, it is very interesting how we evolve, especially from the barter system. Now, the barter system, let's face it, was inefficient. And basically, well, no, it didn't basically. It relied on people wanting what you had in order for you to actually trade. Meaning, if I was a goat herder and I had goats and I went to a tailor and I wanted clothes, the tailor would be like, I don't need a goat. Right? Maybe they did. And they traded what would be bartered for an equivalent amount or worth of one goat for X amount of clothing, shirts, tailored garments, what have you. Which is interesting if you think about it. Meaning, we didn't have, for the most part, we didn't have judges or arbiters, right? So we didn't have someone mediating between the two parties saying, this goat is worth 3 shirts and 2 pants and a couple socks, a couple pairs of socks. That didn't occur, right? So let's ensure that we understand that as well. So it really boiled down to the people doing the bartering. Now, it was interesting. In high school, we actually had a day where we had a barter system. So people would bring goods to the school and barter for the trade of that good. There was no mediation. We just decided between the two parties what something is worth and how much that is worth to us and how much it is worth for us to give up. Very interesting exercise, and it taught me a lot, honestly. And what it did tell me, one of the things it taught me was barter systems were ineffective and inefficient. And it really didn't provide a means for any one person to survive, honestly. All right, let's see. What are we going to do here? I wanted to bring up my topics. Let's see if I can bring these up. Okay. All right. So I did some research, of course, to solidify my knowledge on the subject. All right. So let's see if this works out for gold. And I have such a low. Look at that. It's going. All right. My food's going to be interesting, to say the least. So we got a scout. Let's see if he fires. Really? I'll get a little closer, maybe? Why am I not hitting him? There we go. So I have to be close enough for the interesting. I didn't see him. I was too busy trying to figure out how I'm gonna hit him. Yep. Let's get this guy out of the way. Wow. You got me. Interesting. He's only at 13, but I ran out of that one food. That's fine. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about him. I picked up a rock. Yes! This is the way we get gold. Alright, so they introduced PvE, essentially. There we go. Ooh, he's actually dodging. That's interesting. He's not gonna fire back, isn't it? I'll take the shots. Oh. I'll take it. we go. Oh, he's trying to fire, but he's hitting the fence, I guess? Oh, that's cool. I do like this position, then. I will take it. There we go. Alright, so he's dead. So that was 6 gold pieces from the last guy. See what this guy has. 3. That's fine. Can I grab anything else? Nope, they still haven't done that part. That's alright. Oop, that's a bear. I'll kill him. Oh, he's not going down in hit points. That means he's going to be impossible to kill for right now. So I'll just run. If he's going to be impossible to kill, I can't stick around. The impossible kills you can see with the health just continues to go up even if you hit him. And I was doing enough damage where I should have been seen at least a little bit. Ah, I thought I could climb that. There we go. That's an old boar. Really? He got me while I was jumping? Alright, if you're gonna try to... Is this another one? See the health go up? I have to take the damage. Because if I don't take the damage, it'll never go down. Damn it. At least the damage is, I got a lot of hit points for some reason. And I'm okay with that. I don't think I can make that jump. Alright, so we'll go around. Alright. I'm glad you guys didn't give me a hassle there. I should be able to take a bear. That sucked. Alright, so this is the way you get gold. So once I can get a little bit of gold, I can go try the market system. These scouts are a little bit tougher than anybody else, so I have to really... Oh. Let's get the high ground. Okay, yeah. Alright. Come on. Fire your arrows. Ah, really? Wow. We gotta keep them running. Alright, I'll take it. Not very clean. Let's see if I can get him. Yeah, that was a little far on that one. That's alright. There you go. Oh, this guy already hit me once. And I really gotta watch my key movements on my left hand, which I am sucking at badly. There we go. Well, at least I know how to get gold now. I feel like the robber, though. I feel like the evil guy. You got gold, therefore I'm taking it from you. There you go. Took a little bit of damage, not too much. See if I can scare this guy over. He's a scout, so he should be firing at me. You're gonna let me. Oh, crap. I saw the other guy coming up. I just didn't see him coming up. That's alright. Gotta be careful not to alert him again. Crap. He moved and called the other guy up. What the hell? Wow, he's good. Now I gotta get his combo down. There we go. 5 more gold. I should have the advantage right here, right? So it's interesting that we're looking for gold, killing NPCs. 4 gold. Let's see what that guy is. He's a footman. I'll take a footman. He's literally a footman. He's trying to step on me. That's funny. He can try, I suppose. Alright. Much better than I normally do. Anyway, no. Alright, so I do not know what that wind is. Is that this? No, I don't know what that does. Let's go over this way. Sure, there's no bear. I hear the bear. There he is. Alright, so I don't really need to worry about the bear if I'm over here. Alright, scout. We'll wait for him to fire. His rate of fire is a little bit worse than mine, but I'm okay with that. It's interesting because you can have a rate of fire quicker than somebody, if you don't pull your bow all the way back, which is kind of cool. Ooh. I think my cursor keeps going over the screen a little bit, and that's fine. So long as I know it goes over the screen, I can react, right? There we go. Money, 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 money. It's a sad way of getting money, actually. All right, come on. What are you? You're a scout, huh? I'll take the hit. Wow, he's pretty good with his knife. He does like 30 to me. Which is interesting. I'll take the hit. Let's see what else am I dealing with down there? A leg guy. Did he not come out? It's only a 19. Oh. Let him swing. He does some damage. Interesting. That was a big chunk. Got a little bit from that guy. I didn't realize there was... I don't think I have ever encountered that guy before. Jump down. Should be one more guy in here. There's two of them. And a bear. So let's go this way. And of course I ran into the bear. So now I just gotta run. I can't take all of those. Okay, so we gotta come up with a different line of approach for that one. Too many bears around here. It's a good time to, Ah, there he is. Let's see if I can, let's see if I can grab him before he gets in. I gotta be quick with each shot. But I gotta be accurate. Alright, so the other guy went away. That's fine. This is how you deal with them at range. That I've found is pretty effective if you don't get cocky. You just want to wait it out, let them fire, and then stagger it. You can definitely use a weapon, but up close you have to do your timing a little bit more. And right now, for every 2 shots, I get 40. For every stab, I get 13. So in every attack vector, I get 13 versus 20 on my spear anyway, up to this point. All right, let's try to bring this guy out. No. That didn't work out. Where are you? Sitting at a table? I'm doing a little less movement to see if I can't avoid him. I'm doing a little bit of modification to my combat style. See if I can't draw him out a little bit. There we go. Oh, come on. Really? Wow. I was lucky that guy didn't hit me there. Oh, I thought I had him. That was my arrogance. There we go. I got a decent amount of gold. Not a great amount. 2 bears. Alright, let's go across the river and see what happens. Oh, this guy's already regenerated. Be careful. Oh, that way. That's alright. I can take that guy, so. What is going on? It won't stop running for some reason. Going to the other side of the river. Are you gonna attack? There we go. I took some damage there just because I thought he would throw a foot. But he didn't. That's alright. And I think the road across is, yeah, just ahead of me. Let me go to across. Let me go to the road across and get more gold, and then we'll head back for the market. As I was saying before, the barter system was really ineffective. And so this is one of the reasons that Pax Dei is introducing a market system. There's really no need for gold in this system. But if you think about it, if you don't have the right good or service, you're not going to trade for it, right? And I can always use blackberries, by the way. So if I see blackberry, I'm taking it. But yeah, the overall aspect to Pax Dei for a lot of the time was if somebody needed somebody, I didn't expect compensation. It was just there to be helpful. And honestly, I didn't need compensation because I can jack of all trades so far. Now, like I had said in previous episodes, the fact is that the developers don't want individuals to be a jack of all trades. So it's very difficult, if not impossible. Well, that's not impossible. It's just going to take a lot of grinding. By the way, I have to take a short break for a Zevia drink, not a sponsored section. So basically, Zevia is a 0-calorie, 0-sugar soft drink. Very good, actually, tasty. I don't eat much sugar. I actually introduce sugar into my diet, but it's only like 50 grams a day. This is 0 calories, 0 sugar. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah. I can't edit that out. Live show, guys. Oh, by the way, let me throw in my usual. There we go. A world. Alright, so now it looks like my hit points, my health and stamina are really at the levels they should be, which is my food. My food combined gives me, from a base of 100 health, it gives me 100 health for a total of 200. And from a base of 50 on stamina. With the combination that I have, brings me up to 172. So not bad. It's not overall not a bad deal. I think these are divines. I don't need divines, and the yellow onions. Yellow onions in the last game were really hard to find. Ah, they have like a little sandwich here. Always take the opportunity to skin, even though I don't need this. The other side is a wolf, and I really don't want to deal with it right now. Alright, so this is the area that I want to farm today. Again, this area, I don't know if it should be tougher than the Stonelands or not. So let's take a look at how I'm going to approach this. And I need to... I might use... I don't know. I don't really want to use this bridge, but I... Looks like a scout. I'll take the damage coming in. There we go. Oh, I gotta be careful on that triple combo. Alright, so there's a triple combo there I gotta be really worried about when I'm up close. I didn't want that one. Crap. That's alright. I wanted to get my health potion. That's my fault. Let's go this way. Recover some health. I might have to fight a wolf. Down a deer real quick. I don't think the wolf is anywhere near me. So I might be able to take this guy at distance, and that's the important part. Let him stand and set. Run when he's set. He's set. Yeah, you see the little pattern that's going on? They're not a hard, easy opponent up close. So doing this with the arrows is probably my best shot. There we go. And it looks like these guys are just as tough as the Stonelands. 6 gold. There's a wolf. I really want to stay away from the wolf. Let's see if I can coax somebody out. Let him come out. I don't want to hit the guy that has no damage. That takes, like, threading the needle. I'm pretty good with my bow, if I do say so myself. Especially in combat. That should have hit. His back's to me. I'll take a couple shots. See how I'm hitting him every once in a while. I'm hitting him just with enough. But sometimes a full draw, sometimes not. What's that? That I didn't pick up. Do I need it? That's the key. Do I need it? We don't need bone. So let me pick it up. And then I'll shoot into... Oh, I can't believe I got him coming out. That was such a lucky shot. That's not even funny. Alright, and after I kill these guys, I'll go back and we'll do the market stuff. I should have enough gold. I'm hitting them with 19s repeatedly. There's a 20. I'm using him as a pin cushion at this point. There we go. Pin cushion. How much gold do I have? 92. So it's not part of your backpack, which is, I do like that. There we go. Come on, Dyer. I wanted 3 there. I totally missed it. 1, 2. 1, 2. Could have done 3 there. Nah, could have only did 2 there. I could have done 3. Could have done 3 there. I'm looking for the tells on them, but I haven't found them yet. Alright, so now he's out of play. Now I can go play with a few more of these guys real quick. I'm out of air. Well, that pretty much 206 arrows gone. And that brings me back to home. So I got, what, 92 gold? That's not bad. That gives me a little bit more to play with when I get back and we start the market. I don't know what the market looks like, though, so I'm hoping the markets are connected virtually so we don't have to go to everybody else's market. And here we go. Get past that wolf. I like my armor. I grinded for this armor. I do not want anything. I am not going any place where I cannot retrieve this armor when I die. I am not doing it. Alright, anyway. Let's see. So basically, Pax Day is basically it's what we've explained so far. The market's new, and what the developers even said during a couple of the comments in the Discord were like, I'm not sure what gold's going to do to our game. We didn't intend for it to occur, but players really want it. And I'm like, okay. I see a need for it, though, because certain goods and services should be gold related, because you can't barter all the time, right? You would do a I'm not sure if anybody has heard of Wimpy. Wimpy was a character in Popeye back in the 40s and 50s and even in the 70s. Wimpy's tagline was, if you give me money today for a burger, I will pay you on Tuesday. And it's like, well, you're basically giving him money and don't expect anything back. And that was the joke, right? In Pax Day, it would be similar experiences if you think about it. If I'm going to barter for services, the services rendered are going to be based off of honorific systems, which is totally okay. But in today's society, especially MMORPGs, let's take, for instance, that the person's true intent was to pay you with services on another day or a later date. Real life, IRL gets in the way. So if RL gets in the way, then that contract, that verbal contract, can no longer be amended, or no, what's a better word? Completed. So once you're, and that's best case scenario. Somebody's genuinely like, dude, I'll if you give me this steel broadsword today, you're the man. Thank you so much for doing it, and whatever you need in the future, I'll give you. And they may intentfully say that with the intent of completing what they say they're going to complete. Like in the future, come to me if you need something. I'll see if I have it, and if I have it, I'll get it. Or if I don't have it, I'll get it. If I have it, I'll give it to you. And that's the way a lot of barter systems should work, right? Especially with skills and services. But if you think about it, when you're talking about real life and you're talking about different aspects of the game, gold seems to be a little bit quicker of a resolution. And we can apply that today as well if you think about the fiat currency. Fiat currency is literally fiat currency today. Before, it was actually backed by gold in the United States up until, I want to say, Nixon. 1974, 75, somewhere in there. Before Carter got into office in the United States. But basically, the currency of the United States was backed by gold. So if you went to a bank, the bank would have to have in gold reserves enough to cover all the deposits within the bank, right? Darn, I didn't catch it fast enough. That's all right. Now that's not the case. Now it's called fiat currency for a reason. Now, fiat currency, in layman's terms, is paper currency that's backed by pretty much nothing. Meaning, well, fiat currency today is, let's say it's backed by nothing, but there's a lot more detail in there we can go into. But in the game, gold is going to be the issued currency. So gold, we can't create, although now I can mine it from the Justicars, which is fine, which is kind of cool, because honestly, getting the drops from Justicars, other than magic, was it was limiting. It was like, man, there wasn't much to it, honestly. And that's okay. I didn't mind that as far as an early access game. But now that we're evolving in the game, we want to ensure that we have the appropriate monetary system. I just want to give everybody a quick look. That is cool armor. They did such a great job with the armor itself. Oh, I turned. I'm trying to give you the... It is really nice armor. It's big, bulky. It's because I haven't refined. I don't have the blacksmith skill enough to refine it. But when I do, it'll be really cool. Unfortunately, I can't take any of this off. Not yet. Let me put some stuff away first. Silver? Steel? I wonder if I got steel from that guy. I didn't even check, you know. I'm just putting stuff away. I need to check. If I'm getting steel now, that's pretty cool. All we want to do is go in here, because I can put quite a bit of stuff here. That one, that one, that one, that one. Anything else in here? Nope. Let's go put the food away, and then I'll change. All the food's in here. I really gotta sort the food, but I haven't yet, so it's my fault. Can I get a bear? No, deer or wolf. There's a bear carcass. Okay, I'm trying to think what else I can put in here. Oh, I'm gonna have to make arrows. My antlers go in here because I can make more founder stuff with it. And let me see what else can I... Oh, I forgot 2 food items, which is good. Because I can just go down and do that real quick. Usually I wait until I'm halfway down the other end of the house before I realize that I have food stuffs. There we go. Wow, I've got a lot of food stuffs. That's okay. That's okay. Got some alchemy stuff too. Alright, so let's run to the back of the house. And that's not what I'm looking for. Definitely not what I'm looking for. I could put it in there because they are alchemy things. Ah, I just saw a crystal there that I can put up here in my jewelry. I really wish they would stack first and then divide, but it's not that hard, developers, if you're listening. I know the code in Python to do it. It's not hard to check the inventory of the area that you're looking for, the list of the area you're looking for, make sure there's all the stacks are equal to or less than the actual max of the item that is in the library. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. This way. What I'm doing now is I'm putting away the miscellaneous is in here. I gotta make more storage area. Absolutely make more storage area. I have wool and let's see, I might be able to put the clay in here. Even if I don't, I'm gonna put it in there, and then the sinew goes into the bow area, and then the wool goes in. Well, actually, I do have more construction materials. There we go. I'll put that. Just because I carried it this way, all this way I carried that thing, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to drop it and lose it. There we go. I do like my second floor. It's almost finished. So hopefully I'll be able to finish that. Okay. And then, of course, I can go... Oh, actually, do I have any leather on? No. I do have cloth on, though. When you have cloth, you can repair it. There's my cloth there. Good. There we go. Might as well, you know what I mean? I don't think I have any leather on. Everything else is metal. I do like walking some places. Running everywhere kind of pulls me out of the experience of the game, the immersion of the game. There we go. My bow's almost done. Let's see. We go here, and we'll get naked. Well, let's do naked. Not completely naked. This is a family-friendly show. Just in my underwear. It's not a big deal. And then, you know what? I'll just get these on. And then I need my leather pants. Passable leather. Good. And my leather shoes. Good. There we go. That should be it for that. And then what I'll do is put these over here. Where that is it like that? I'm gonna go repair that real quick because it's bothering me that it's not repaired. Here we go. And then I'll put that away as well. Wow, my bow's getting to the last of its durability. So we'll get that. I'm gonna have to go tonight or later on in the day. Oh, I'm going to the Founders bench, which I put up here because it's a nice view while I'm doing the Founders stuff. Right? Very nice view. I can repair. There we go. Nice repair onto my headgear. And then we are headed to... What am I headed to? Oh, the metalsmith. And what I'll do is I'll put that there. And actually, you know what? I'm going to make some arrows while we're at it. But let's see. I need to... Something that people would want that they don't have. Well, let's do this first, because I got to get used to the trading aspect of the game. So here we go. Thank you. Don't show this again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show it again. All right. So I got no items for sale, and I want to sell this one. So I'll create sale. I'll add total price. I don't know what these things are worth. We'll say 10. Create sale 1 gold for a fee. And then I am selling that for 10. I don't know what the market is valuing any of these at. And I don't know. Let's say I will make an announcement. And I will enable requests. Currently, I have the reads for 10 BP. Not sure of the grade rates. I have plenty of these wax. What is a fair price for base? Let's go grab it. Anyway, I forgot one. This is multitasking 101 right here, baby. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go over here and then I'll have the conversation. Let's say 2 stacks of 40. And then I'll ask. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to figure out The north of Gale. Oh. Where do I want to put these? I'll put these here because I need them for fletching myself. So let's create some arrows. So as you can see, the way we're doing the economy, it seems like we're really sorting out what's worth. So travel time is going to be a consideration. I hadn't thought about that completely, but for 2 stacks, it makes sense. If I said I had perhaps, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, is that 3, 6, 7, 8. So if I said I had 24 stacks, he probably would have been yes, right? Because 24 stacks is an entire carrying load within your backpack. So that makes sense. But it's interesting because we're still going to, the scarcity in crafting materials will be higher prices, of course, right? So beeswax is not necessarily a higher price item, it's a time consuming item. And the time created doesn't take my time, but it takes my time to go to my beehives and craft the beeswax per beehive, then take the time to collect it and store it and then put it on the market. So that work or that ability to provide that service to that person is amazing, right? So they would say, yeah, I can travel. And by the way, I don't have the map up, but the map, if we were looking at the map as in the screen, where he is from me, I'm like down here near the shadow, but he's all the way up here, right? So that's about it's at least a 5 to 10 minute trek both ways. As a matter of fact, when I craft all these arrowheads, let me throw it to you up on the screen because travel time is going to be a big deal. The time to craft the item is a big deal. A fully crafted item is a better, is going to be worth more than just the component parts of the item, or should be, even in today's world. Now, this is where I'm going to be cynical of the real world, because if you buy the component parts of a computer and put it together, it will be more expensive than buying a computer put together for you. Now, why? There's a couple reasons why. Nobody really talks about it. One is the high volume sales of the components for companies. For example, bigger companies, computer companies, will go to manufacturers and say, I'm going to build 1.5 million laptops. Give me a break on all the components inside, and we'll guarantee 1.5 million of yours in sales. So what the manufacturer is going to do is it's going to say, okay, I can buy 1.5 million components of this one component, and I get a bulk discount, right? Because everybody down the supply chain is going to be like, ooh, 1.5 million units? Oh, yes, absolutely. You get 10 cents off each unit, right? So there are different aspects to it, even in Pax Dei, that we have to consider. And this is another reason why I say these games are great for the ability of grasping concepts of business. It amazes me that what these games can actually provide in teaching not only kids, to a point, kids. When I say kids, we're talking 13 on up, to grasp the concepts of the materials, right? Of business, and it's very important that we take the time and understand that these games are simply not games. These are educational tools when used, or when we provide the context behind these systems within the games, right? For example, the time to craft in this marketplace is a prime example of the ability of this game to teach concepts that are critical in real world economies. Like, I was just schooled by somebody who said, I don't want to go that far just for two. Maybe more, but not just two. And I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Oh, I need to make short stock. That's right. There we go. So, how is the game going to control? Well, supply and demand, the game's going to control a little bit, right? The grinding of effort, the amount of work. It'd definitely be a meritocracy-based system, right? The harder you're willing to work, or the more tedious the behavior, the more you're going to make. EVE Online does this well as well. And in the beginning of EVE Online, it was a free market economy, a true free market economy. It was not pushed by any major government within the game, or the game masters, or the developers, right? In this game, we have the ability to work hard, or we have the ability to not work hard. Work hard enough for us, or work harder to then expand. Now, why would I work hard to get all this gold? Well, there's only a couple reasons why I would even care about this much gold. And that is to get stuff from other people that exceed my current capabilities, right? So the valuation is the player's confidence in the game's resources, depending on how they are distributed. I'm doing this in pieces parts because there's a lot of there's a lot of arrowheads, but I use 206 arrowheads, by the way, just throwing that out there as we're discussing it. So fiat currency value is influenced by monetary policy, inflation, and market psychology. The same goes with games, right? The monetary policy isn't really a consideration because the monetary policy is basic, right? It's you have gold pieces and there's a transaction. The monetary policy of the United States, for example, depending on the monetary policy that is derived from the Fed, the U.S. Fed. Now, we can go into deep discussions about the Fed, when it was created, why it manipulates, and how it manipulates currency, inflation, deflation, stagnation. All of that is economics, right? But it won't apply so much to this game. And why I say that is because monetary policy isn't exactly exerted on the players. However, inflation, there may be an inflationary cycle within the game depending on the commodity, and how, even if it's a rare commodity, we might flood the market with it. Actually, that would be pretty much deflationary. Let me think on the inflationary, but the market psychology is certainly here, and there's psychology too. Like, I just put reads on the market. Reads are easily collected throughout the game, so it's kind of like, why do I need to buy them off you? I could just go down to the river's edge and pick them. So there is some psychology here. And it looks like I am going to have to get some wood. Let me put these in here and I'll go get wood. These are fine long. Yeah, I only got like 200 left. There's my beans lines, probably. Oh, already at my limit. Do I have any short stacks? No, not really. That's it. I don't need to take any arrows with me. Okay. Alright, let's go get dressed, go get some wood, talk about monetary policies and inflationary stuff, and let's get this party started with this conversation of this market. So at least I found out how to apply the market. And that's really what I wanted to do today, and kind of give you a heads up as players and potential players that the market is very important. Will become very important, especially for people who want to specialize in a certain skill set. Think about it in this way: if I'm a blacksmith, do I want to go kill stuff for certain materials, or do I want to be able to buy those materials and just continue my trade? Right? If you go collect this steel ore, this pure iron ore, I'll give you so much money for it. Now, what that money's going to buy, and that's going to be a different story, because this game right now doesn't have the scope of what things are worth or what they're going to buy. For example, if I buy a sword, I'm going to have to buy subsequent swords, because I can't repair the sword, by the way. That's the other thing that's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to go back, and people may have skill sets that say, well, I'm going to allow you to, well, give me the sword, I'll sharpen it for you for 2 gold. You know, and I'll let you know what the durability is and how that's going to be affecting your next outing. By the way, this is all play and reads. Nobody's going to buy reads from me. I just wanted to get that on there to see if I could look at the buy version. And I think I carry my gold the entire time. So, shipping lanes, tariffs, political factors are affecting trade. Now, the only times that, in the game at least, the shipping lanes, tariffs, and geopolitical factors affecting trade will be for any of the rare or difficult attained resources. For example, the ones in the PvP area. The clans will probably control the trade for those materials. And that's natural. That's going to be a natural occurrence. Even in the real world, there's things that we have to worry about in the real world about trade routes and stuff like that. In Lyonnaise or Lyonesse, that's a PvP area, so they're going to control who goes in, who goes out, who's be able to mine if you don't sneak around and get to it, right? And that's the other thing. You're going to take your life into your own hands. You're going to try to gather as many resources as possible, so you can either sell them or use them yourself. So when you're looking at trade routes and logistical, there's actually going to be a concept in the game that are going to maintain those trade routes and those resource controls. If you get a big enough clan, well, you'll even have clan wars over resource areas, which is it'll be kind of cool, actually. I'm not into clans as much as PvP, but that will be an aspect to the game that will give another dimension of realism and MMORPG, so you'll be able to negotiate. And at a certain point, you're not going to have fun PvPing if everybody around you doesn't have the steel to PvP. You're just basically slaughtering them every time you see them. Now, when you get down to the peace areas, that's going to be a little bit different. That control will basically come down to who mines the resource faster and in what volume. Now, all the resources are going to reset after a certain amount of time. They do respawn, which is good. They should never not respawn, because then if you get an aspect of where somebody controls something and there's no way somebody can get to it, that's never a good thing for any game. You're going to dissuade a lot of people from playing, and they'll be like, yeah, I just don't want to play, thank you very much. You know what I mean? And I don't think that would be good for the game. You know what? I'm gonna grab another beehive, even though I don't need it. The beehive, I need another beehive if I'm gonna start beeswax or honey as well. Because as I grapple with winemaking and brewing, I'm gonna need that. All right, so I should have plenty. All right, so we'll head back. This is a great forest to chop down. I love it. I'm glad I found it, and it's a good bear hunting area. I don't know if anybody else has found it yet. I think nobody has because it's a thoroughfare, and people don't really want to go this way because there's nothing this way in any aspect. So there is that. There's nothing up there. I thought that forest would be more of a advantageous for me, but it doesn't have the trees, the aged trees that this forest I'm coming from does. And this is resource gathering and understanding where resources are, how to get the resources, where to go to get the resources. This is all knowledge for the game to help you through the market, and you can gain advantage with this knowledge. Isn't it the same for real life? It absolutely is. If you have a certain knowledge of a market and you can navigate that market, you will become prosperous in that market. Negotiation skills are always something that will be admired, especially in this game. So keep that in mind as well as in real life. So you negotiating here will be just as good as you negotiating in real life, in real life, IRL, right? So these are things that you want to generate buzz about your game, especially as a developer. These are all aspects that will bring people to your game and say, look, guys, this is a great game because A, because B, right? Let me put that there, and I can start to craft these shafts. That's a lot of shafts. Okay. So let's see. Specialization and division of labor. Crafting professions, guild members focusing on niche skill sets. That'll be a big deal, right? If somebody wants to do blacksmithing and that's all they do, they can have their clan go get the stuff, bring it to you. You just practice one area of expertise, and everybody else will gather the resources for you. So all you do is master that. And then once you've mastered it, you gain the materials and create the armor, fix the armor, repair the armor. You're the blacksmith to the clan. It becomes like a real society. Not everybody's a blacksmith. Some people are fletchers. So there's going to be beekeepers who have hives that do honey and beeswax. Well, the honey is going to the people who are crafting the brewing and winemaking, while the beeswax are going to the fletchers and other crafters. So you're spending time doing the beeswax, right? So all this craft and specialization, division of labor is true in the real world. Now, I really want to hammer that home, because a lot of people diss games and they're like, well, games are games. Games are for entertainment. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Not going to get a complaint from me. But they also have their uses in the real world, especially games like Pax Dei. Pax Dei is creating a world where you are able to define yourself and your role within it. And it will translate to the real world. Why will it translate to the real world? Because you, today, in the IRL, or IRL, You have to be able to shape your own destiny. I use the word destiny because I'm playing the game. You shape the path, you create the path you want to go. If that path does not yield the results within a certain period of time, you need to make sure you make a decision and say, I'm going to cut this path off because I need to go to try another one. Failure is good. I'll say that one more time because I said it in the past podcasts, and I will devote another whole podcast on failure. Failure is good. If you do not fail, you will not understand why you failed. Because if you don't fail, you try not to fail, what have you, you're going to be putting blinders on. And failure is always good. You're going to be able to learn from that, but you have to discern when you've failed. Or somebody can tell you, dude, you should stop. And you shouldn't take that, even if it's harsh, you shouldn't take that criticism lightly. You should be introspective in almost everything that you hear. Not everything, because there's certain things, and we can get into this in a later podcast. There's certain people you just don't listen to. There's just certain people that don't have the perspective, nor do they have the desire to help you. They are naysayers. For example, if somebody tells you not to do something, don't start a business, you'll fail. Oh, that's a bad idea. Oh, that'll never take off. Well, if you don't try, it will never take off. They're absolutely right. 100% right. It'll fail. Why? Because you never started. So keep that in mind as you move through the world and the gaming. Right? So supply chains in Pax Dei and supply chains in the real world are complex. Not so much in Pax Dei. Pax Dei, you can get away with a lot more stuff, right? You can do a lot more supply chains. You might even do clan to clan supply chains. One clan might have access to a certain thing very easily, or a certain skill, or they might have a high level person in winemaking or baking. Let's say baking, and certain baked goods are really give you a lot of good health and stamina, and sometimes protection from poison, fire, and other ailments, frost, or other, I should say, stat conditions. So keep that in mind as you're going through the game, because it's real, and you should critically think whatever you're doing here and translate that into your own life. Enjoy the game. Bottom line, you want to enjoy the game. So let's see. So the big things with Pax Dei is spawn rates and transaction fees. Right now, the transaction fee for 10 gold is 1 gold. Right? So if I price something at 10 gold, I'm going to have to list it and expend 1 gold. So ultimately, I'll gain 9 gold from the transaction. And these are balance sheets that have to be done in your mind in order to really discern what something is worth to you. For example, those reeds, probably I should have put it at 2 gold. It would have cost me 1 gold. I would have got 1 gold. That's 100%. That's 100% yield. Right now, I'm looking for almost 1,000%. I don't know what things are worth, but you can think through things in that manner and apply them to the real world. What would you set a price on your own product? Well, you'd have to look on the cost of the product, how much the cost of the product, the marketing of the product, the expense of sending the product or shipping the product. All this is in your figures, in your mind. And it should be noted that in the game, we have those type of things as well. For example, the guy who said, I'm not running that far, that's a shipping cost, right? So if I said it's 1 gold, he would have been like, yeah, it's still too far. And that's okay. So the joy of collecting, hoarding, and showing off of rare items is an incentive, right? Impulse buying is another thing you can leverage, right? Like, I only have this many left. And isn't that the psychological behavior of normal business? Then you can try out some stuff in game before you try it out in the real world. It's a subset. It's not as going to be as it's not going to give you valid, but it'll give you a test. It'll give you an idea, an estimate. Now, when you're looking at the psychological and behavioral economics, you have to look at the desire of naming something rare that is not rare, right? Like if something's hard to find, you say I have, six stacks of this, and people will have to measure psychologically how long would that take me to go and actually find. And they start doing the math in their head, and they're like, "Yeah, just buy it." The other concept to this, especially in Pax Dei, is how many people do the PVE do? Well, how much PVE do I have to do to acquire some gold? Now the PVE here is amazing, meaning the harder the PVE, probably the more gold you get, which is good, which incentivizes you to go PVE, which means the developers have a reason to create PVE. The aspect of PVE that's still not flushed out, and the developers will flush this out, is what is the causal effect? Meaning, yeah, I get gold, but what does this gold actually do for me? Right? So I have to set up real world, or when I say real world, but I have to set up consequences in the game to where I can spend the gold into something I want that I can't just craft, by the way, or take the time to go get the ingredients to craft. So there's a couple different aspects to the economy on the psychological and behavioral economics of the system. So what I'm trying to get at here is the